Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in today's video I'm going to share with you 3 lantern decorating ideas for spring. You guys, this video is jam-packed with decorating ideas, tips, and tricks for spring for your home. So if you are interested in spring decorating for 2025, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends on Facebook, on Instagram, and on WhatsApp. Why? Well, because it is free and it really helps this channel. All right, you guys, well, we're gonna get started with a beautiful, bright, and cheerful lantern DIY I know you're gonna love. Let's take a look. So for this video, we're going to create a beautiful lantern display with a bunny with florals. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is tell you what we're going to need. So I'm going to need a lantern. It's rather an oversized lantern. I already put a garland that I folded in half and draped to each side because that's going to be our mechanics to attach all of our florals and other things. All right, so I'm going to use one of these large bunnies from Walmart as well as a small one, and I just absolutely love this color scheme. Now, if you guys haven't seen the swag that inspired this look, I'm going to put it down below, and somewhere here in the picture it is fresh looking, it is gorgeous and colorful, and I really hope that you'll check it out after this. All right, so we're going to need some green spinach moss, a variety of these carrots. These are from David Christopher's. I'm going to use some ribbons from David Christopher's as well. We're gonna use the carrot ribbon. Everybody loves this ribbon, and I just know that it's so useful to have extra bolts of ribbon for spring. Then I'm gonna use a selection of orange and green hydrangea and other flowers, and of course some greenery as well. We're gonna use our wire cutters and our scissors, and then also our hot glue gun because I will keeping that up for display in my home for the spring season. All right, so let me clear this up real quick and I'll be right back with you to get started. Keep watching. All right, everyone, so we're gonna get started with this lantern for spring Easter, and I'm going to start by adding some tails to my garland. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna start by adding the bow to the top. We're going to use a pre-made bow, and if you wanna see how I made this bow, you can check out that swag video. This is the bow that we used on our swag, and so now we're going to put it right here on the top of our lantern just by swirling our wire. And I have a Lazy Susan down there, so that way I can spin this lantern around, and then we're going to attach all of our tails and just give them a little bit of a clip and adjustment when we're done. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab some of this ribbon that we used, and I'm going to start right here by attaching a tail to this garland. Now, I always tell you guys, when you work with your Christmas decor, I always tell you to always save some garland, put it to the side, because we'll use it throughout the year for spring, for summer, for fall, for all of the celebrations in order to DIY some decor. All right, so now I'm going to cut right here. I'm gonna cut at a dovetail. Remember to always cut a dovetail, because I have this saying that if I come to your home and if it's not dovetail, most likely I'm going to ask you for a pair of scissors, so that way, well, it's dovetail. Okay, so now I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to start by dovetailing. And by the way, are you guys enjoying these Monday through Friday videos? I'm having so much fun making them for you, and I really hope that you are feeling inspired to create some fabulous DIYs. So okay, I'm gonna start right here by grabbing my bristles, and I'm going to do 2 more. I did 2 on the other side, so I'm going to do 2 more. So I'm gonna start right here and just attaching with the bristles. Look at that, you create a loop, about a 6-inch loop, and then we're going to go ahead and do another one right here. And the easiest way is you just split and gather, and then you do this right here, and then grab 2 bristles and attach. And so then I'm going to dovetail a little tail. And let me tell you, I just love this ribbon because it's so representative of spring and Easter, and I just love the David Christopher's ribbons, you guys. Look, we've done so many DIYs and I still have half a bolt left. Can you believe that? And when you have good quality ribbon, you don't really have to use much of it. Then also my tip is to have some corsage pins and then just pin them together. Look, because that way, well, I'm going to be able to not have to like unravel. All right, so I'm going to do 2 loops right here like this. I want them a rather large loops, and then 2 tails, but remember to spin this around. Then I'm going to grab 2 more bristles, and I'm going to attach on each joint of my big bow. See, so that way it looks like it grew from there. And then this one, I'm going to give it a little longer of a tail. So I'm gonna cut right here. So now I'm going to take my safety pin or my corsage pin. Then I'm going to grab my scissors. And you know what? I'm gonna disappear from camera for a second. Over here in my studio, I have my ribbon holder that I told you guys about. That way I don't have to like twist it. So, okay, so I'm going to do 2 more. So I'm gonna gather and cinch. Then I'm going to do a loop like this. 1 more. And I'm going to attach with 2 bristles right here. Now you could use a wire if you wanted to. Sometimes it's easier with a wire, especially if we're doing Christmas. I just love to working with a wire, and actually I'm gonna grab one just to show you the difference. So those ones we did without wire, and look how taily this looks. It's so cute. You know what? I'm gonna do one more, but let me grab my wires. They're also over on this side, you guys. On this side, I have all of my tools you probably don't get to see. If you wanna see my tool cabinet, let me know in the comment section below. It's so organized, and I just love having everything that I need just available. All right, so I'm going to do 2 more loops for the top. So I'm going to do 2 like this. Now, if you wanted to, like I said, you can grab one of your wires and just twist your wire, like if we're doing Christmas, and then we're going to attach it to one of the bristles. This is probably easier if you have a lot of practice. And look how pretty that is. It just, I love all of the tails and how absolutely gorgeous that's looking. Look at that. It just gives it so much more girth to your DIY. Okay, I'm gonna attach 1 more right here. You guys, you know, I'm having so much fun, like I was telling you, creating all these DIYs, because I just feel like it is time to get the home ready, you know, after winter and after all the gray days of winter here in San Diego. We have what we call May gray and June gloom because, well, the weather here in San Diego is kind of crazy, right? And so now I'm ready to bring all of these beautiful colors and to just create some beautiful DIYs for the home. So that way my home is a little bit brighter and cheerful. And I just hope that you are on the mood too. I know so many of you live in the Midwest, and like it just tends to get snow and so gray, and like colors is always a good way to bring that spring feel. Plus it's almost spring, you guys. It's only a few more weeks to go and then it'll be spring. And so that way your home is all ready for spring and summer and Easter and all of the beautiful celebrations. Look at that. How fun is that? All right, so I'm gonna cut right here, and we have 1 more to do over on the bottom. And as soon as you cut, just go ahead and cut again. We're going to do 1 more tail. Now I'm going to add some of those carrots from the garland that I don't know if you guys have seen that swag. Oh, look, perfect, just enough for this. And so I'm gonna grab, actually this one I'm gonna twist it with the bristles because I think it's, look, it's easy both ways. It really is about how you get used to it, you know. I'm just gonna dovetail this guy right here. And so now we have all of our bows. Look how absolutely beautiful this is, you guys. I just love it. And the bow on the top really just makes it look so much more festive, and I just also love it. All right, so now that we're done with this, what I'm going to do is get rid of my ribbon holder, and I'm gonna start by adding some of the carrots. And forgive me, but I hung it over here on my floral display. So this is the garland, and it comes like this, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm not afraid to cut my garlands because that's what they're for, right? So I'm gonna make 1. Let's see how many we can get out of this beautiful David Christopher's garland. I'm gonna do 2. Now you have to be careful because this one have those curlicues. Okay, we're gonna do 3. Yeah, we're gonna do 4. So now instead of having 1 long garland, we're gonna have 4 smaller picks that we're going to use in order to attach to our garland. Now I want this to go all the way down, so once again, just by using those bristles, go ahead and insert it right there. And look, by adding these bristles, we're gonna add 1 right here to the bottom. And then, now this particular curlicue just went haywire, so what you can do is put it on your finger and just swirl it around, and then you get yourself again that curly cue they came with instead of having such a long one. Right, so I'm going to insert this guy right here, like coming out of the bow, and I'm gonna grab one of those bristles and just hang it there. I'm gonna go over to the other side, and I'm gonna start with the one here on the top. Remember to make sure that it goes through all of that bow, and then just grab one of those bristles or two and swirl them around, and that way your carrots are going to be flying out. I have one last one right here that I'm going to add, and for this one I'm gonna go under the bow, grabbing that bristle and then twisting it. And look how adorable. This could be so pretty outside on an urn. Oh my gosh, it would be so cool. All right, so now for the fun part. Now that we have all of our ribbons and our bows, and mind that I'm going to fluff this bow when I'm done. So now what I want to do is I'm going to add some greenery, and for that I'm going to grab my hot glue gun, and I'm going to add some glue, just a little bit of it, and I'm gonna start right here on the top. So I'm gonna start right here. And look, I'm gonna go one, and then don't forget to fluff them. This greenery also is from David Christopher's, and I just love how big it is. Look at that. It just covers a lot of the perimeter, and it just gives it that beautiful full feel. And don't forget to do on the back. So I'm gonna add some glue. Make sure that I kind of smear it on it. That way it has enough grab power. I'm gonna do two like that. Then I'm gonna go over to the other side, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. So I'm gonna grab my beautiful foliage, and I'm gonna start right here. We're gonna try and cover all of those joints, you guys. You wanna cover all of those joints where you attach ribbon. It's just like with Christmas. You know, we have a joint right here. What we want to do is cover it with some greenery, and we have to make sure that we go through it like that. Look at that. And then I'm gonna grab one more, and I'm gonna add it over on this side. And I'm gonna go right there. And so this is our front. I'm also going to add some of them over on the front. Now look, this one is unraveling because they come with this paper tape. So it's the same tape that we have for corsage work. And what you want to do is just basically retape it. And you can retape this as many times as you can, or as it comes unraveled, and that way it's not gonna come apart. So now I'm going to smear some of that glue, and I'm gonna go right here on the top, like that. And then remember, what happens on the right happens on the left. I'm gonna grab one more and put it right here on the top, and look at that, how cool is that? So now don't forget to do the back. I'm gonna do a few on the back, and just a little bit of glue will go a long ways when it comes down to that. And you know what, I feel like up here, yeah, I think that looks good. All right, so now for the fun part. This is basically our base, and so now we're going to add the fun part, which is going to be the florals. And I'm gonna start by taking them out of here, and I'm gonna set them over on this side. I'm gonna start with a green hydrangea. And for this, what I want to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know what, I'm gonna add some glue to my hydrangea. And then I'm going to go right here into all of my foliage, and look at that. We're gonna do one right here, and then immediately remember what happens on the right happens on the left. Where's my other green hydrangea? It's right here. We're gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue just so it hangs on to that Christmas garland. And I'm gonna go all the way like that. Look how fun that is. So now I'm gonna grab one of these orange hydrangeas, and I'm going to bring it all the way down. But remember that in order to be more cohesive, what you need to do is go up and make sure that it goes on all of your garland. How absolutely fun is that, you guys? This is so reminiscent of that garland that we did last Monday, and I just wanted to be similar. So that way we have a cohesive home. Remember that the best way to have a cohesive home is by using all of the same materials all throughout your decor. There you go. So now I have some of these beautiful orange cabbage roses that I have for quite a while. And so now for this one, I'm going to cut a little bit of it. I feel like it's too long, so I'm gonna cut just a little bit. These are the Real Touch, and They are so pretty, like I said, but they are a little bigger than, of course I dropped it. They're a little bigger than I expected them to be, so I'm just gonna cut a little bit. And now gives us a shorter stem, so now we can add some glue. And I'm gonna add some here to the bow, like this. Look how pretty that is. And let's see, and I'm gonna go ahead and add one to the back. Because remember, if this is gonna go maybe in front of a mirror, you wanna make sure that it's all covered all throughout. There you go. Look how pretty, you guys. Okay, so now I'm not gonna use this one, but I have all of these orange ranunculus. So basically what I'm going to do is just add them throughout my garland. So I'm gonna start right here on the top. We want that color, we want that bright color to be all throughout. There you go, our garland. And at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and basically add them anywhere I may find them fit. Ooh, this glue is like everywhere. All right, one more. Remember, what happens on the right happens on the left. So we're gonna go over to this side and we're going to add one right here. And also remember to always finish all the way to the bottom. So I'm gonna add one right here to the bottom, right here with this hydrangea. And I'm gonna go one to the back to continue to add balance all the way to the back. I love working with a hot glue gun, you guys. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. And I feel like we need one right here to cover this. So we're gonna add one more right here. Look how pretty that is. I love it, but it would not be a Ramon at home without our flyaways. So of course I'm going to use some flyaways, and I'm gonna take them out of this little container and put them right here. So we have this beautiful flower that it has some green flower that is just going to be perfect for this. And so basically we're going to smear some glue, and we're gonna start right here with these rows. And we're gonna make sure that we go all the way through. And this is just a filler, so we have to like be very generous with it to make sure that all of these flyaways show beautifully. And remember to go in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm gonna do a few more all the way down. Maybe over on this side with the hydrangea, and then I'm gonna spin around and I'm gonna bring the other side to me, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna add one right here with the hydrangea. And this is like your greenery that is going to cover a lot of that Christmas garland, and it's going to make it not Christmassy, but it's going to look more springy because this flower is a spring flower. I'm gonna add one right here. And let's see, I'm gonna add one to the bottom. And I'm going to add this guy right here. All right, you guys, so this is what the top of the lantern looks like. It is so pretty and full. So now I'm gonna get ready to put the inside of the lantern for you, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so we're gonna get started with the inside of our lantern. And in order to do that, I'm going to grab some of this moss. First of all, I have this little stand right here, and I wanna cover it. Now, this moss is going to be a little messy, so mind this messiness, but what I want to do is cover some of that with this moss, and I'm gonna go all the way around. What I like about it is that, you know, it stretches really well. So let me go ahead and do this real quick, so I can go all the way around. Perfect. So that looks like a patch of grass, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my bunny from Walmart, and I'm going to install her right here inside, like this. Look how cute that is, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab the baby bunny, and I'm going to put it right here. Hang on one second. I have to sometimes readjust all of this. There you go. Make sure that, oh, there you go. Make sure that my little bunny fits. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Two super cute bunnies. So now what I'm going to do is I have these David Christopher's carrots, and it's super easy. All you want to do is lay some carrots right here on the bottom of your lantern, like this, and make sure you go all the way back, like so, making sure that they stand. And like this. I'm gonna go ahead and put one on the back, on the very back, like that. Look how adorable that is. It was super simple and super easy to make. I'm gonna put this inside and I'll be right back with you to share with you the end result. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so here is our lantern all decorated for spring with these beautiful David Christopher ribbons and hydrangeas and carrot picks. I just absolutely love the way this looks, but my favorite thing has to be the bunnies inside. How adorable, you guys, with the cute carrots. Isn't he just adorable? I also went ahead and added some other bunnies over here to the side of my lantern, and here is long shot of this. I love it. Once again, these bunnies with the carrot bundles, I just think they're so adorable. And it is so easy to make. As I told you before, if I can do it, I truly believe that you can. I think that you should give it a try. And I just want to mention one of my favorite items, which is this garland of carrots with the swirly curlicues and the ribbon. You guys, look at all that glitter on that ribbon. It is so beautiful. Anyways, I just wanted to share with you real quick the end result of this lantern decorated for spring, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Now, how fun was that? I am having a blast sharing all of these spring decorating ideas and DIYs with you. But now we're gonna get to our second lantern, and I know you're going to be inspired. Let's take a look. You guys, last year I started this series to teach you everything that I know about floral design, the mechanics, the tips, the tricks, and how to create beautiful floral arrangements. And today we're going to create a beautiful centerpiece with a lantern for any garden party. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a beautiful blue and white container. So I'm going to center this. I went ahead and put a lantern on top of it. Now, because it's going to be a gardening style, I want to use some of these concrete pieces. I found her at a local boutique store. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the middle. So there's that element of garden going on in our lantern. So I'm going to secure this. Now, as I was telling you, I started last year this floral design for beginner series, and there's a whole bunch of videos about the tools, about the let's say like how to foam a container, like this one right here. You can go watch that video, the difference between foams, and there's a whole series I'm going to put down below. So if you are interested in creating beautiful floral arrangements, and if you want to know all of the things you need to know for beginner floral design, you can check out that playlist. It's going to be so much fun. All right, so then I went ahead and green. I just added some green to my container. It's filled up with foam, and so what we're going to do is we're going to start adding the gardening effect. And in order to do that, we're going to add our longer stems first. So I have all of these longer forms, and I'm going to start with this. Actually, I'm going to start with the white lilies. Aren't these just beautiful, you guys? These are so cute, and what I like about them is, look, they're so long. And remember, when you're doing a garden style bouquet, it has to be wild. It has to be like you collected a lot of flowers from a garden, and so you want to have to let them fly out like this right here. So this is not going to be a compact design, it's going to be a garden design. So we're going to add one right there, and then I have one left, so I'm going to add another one here. And see how what happens on the right happens on the left, and what goes up always must come down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to balance this flower over on our left hand side by adding some other florals. They don't have to be the same one, but it has to be about the same height, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one right here and another one right here. And remember, we have to really let them fly out from our container, and that way it's going to look like a garden arrangement. I have this shorter one right here. Let me see, I'm gonna add this short one right here, because remember, some of them have to be tucked in, some of them have to be flying out. And I'm going to add this other one right here. Perfect. So that gives us the base, and look how much girthier this got. This gives us the base of our floral arrangement. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our flowers that are going to be tucked in, and for that I'm going to do some hydrangea, some beautiful daisies, some cabbage roses, and some beautiful peonies. So what I'm going to do is this hydrangea, actually I'm going to pull one out. They were a white hydrangea, and I've told you that we can spray paint them with spray paint that is made for floral design. I wonder if I have a can somewhere around here, but I've shown you before that this is a white hydrangea that I spray painted blue. And then also what you can do is cut them into individual pieces, and that way it gives you more bang for your buck, basically. And with this particular one, the hydrangea, I always just like to tuck it in as far in as possible, making sure that it goes into the foam. This is what's going to give us some coverage on our container, and like I said, it's always the base. And we're going to do the same with these beautiful daisy mums. So I'm gonna add one right here. Remember, what happens on the right happens on the left, and then you want to give it a little bit of a spin, and then you want to repeat right here. What happens on the right happens on the left. And remember, all of these flowers are tucked in. I'm going to continue to spin around, and it looks like I have yellow all throughout. I'm going to add another one right here. So this is going to give us a set of 2. Garden style floral arrangements are more about the wilderness factor of it, right? So what we want to do is we want to create a more wild look, and the way you do that is by letting those flowers really spill out up and down. That's what's going to give it that wild effect. All right, so I have some of these roses that I have pre-cut as well. So I'm gonna start right here on the back. And because I put one on the back, I'm immediately gonna go to the front, and I'm going to add another one right here. And so now I'm gonna go over here to the side, and immediately I'm gonna come over to this side. That's what's gonna give us the balance. And if I was to spin around my bouquet right now, you'll see that all of the flowers, all of the colors are represented all throughout the bouquet of flowers. And that's what we want. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this blue hyacinth. And I'm going to, let me start on the front. I'm gonna start right here with this guy, and then I'm gonna spin around. I have 3, so I'm going to do that triangle. So one right here, I'm going to add another one right here. Then I'm gonna move over to this side, and I'm going to add yet another one. I'm gonna put this one up like that. All right, so now I have some of this beautiful accent flower, and I'm gonna do the same. I have 3, so I'm gonna create that triangle. So I'm gonna add one right here on the back, and immediately I'm going to go over here, and that gives us the line, and then we have to look for a point to create that triangle of flowers. How cute is this? All right, so now I have some of this palm, and I'm going to make it spill forward. Once again, we have 3, so I'm going to add one right here. Then I'm going to create that line, that vertical line that I'm looking for. I'm gonna add this guy right here. Pull it forward, and then I'm gonna create that triangle. Super easy, you guys. It's all about creating that line, the vertical line, and then finding a point to create the triangle. It doesn't matter if it goes down, or if it goes to the side, or if it goes up. You first create a vertical line, and then you join it at a point to create the triangle. All right, I have this lonely flower right here, so I think I'm gonna add this guy right here. How beautiful is that? I absolutely love it. So now we have this flyaway, and with the flyaways, remember I always tell you that that flower is a dainty touch that is going to just pop off from your bouquet. And the way you want to do that is you put one up, you spin around, then you put one down like this. You put one up right here, and then you spin, oops, and then you put one down, and then you put one up, you spin. All right, this is looking good, but I feel like it needs a final touch. I'll be right back to share with you what's that. All right, you guys, so that final touch, I want it to be some ranunculus, and so I'm gonna cut some all at once to create some bouquets of ranuncula. And I'm gonna cut this guy right here, and also right here. And I'm always telling you, see these single foliages, don't waste them, just go ahead and cut them and add them to your bouquet. Oh, I'm gonna keep my scissors. So what I'm going to is I'm gonna actually individually cut them, all of them. So all of these ones, they have 2. I'm gonna just get ones. So that way we can do sets of 3s, 2s, and 1s. And the way I'm going to do, I'm gonna start right here with 1. And then immediately I'm going to go somewhere near and I'm gonna do a set of 2. Like you can see that when it's a smaller flower, it creates more of an impact. So I'm going to add this other one right here. And then I'm going to add another one right next to it. And once again, we're going to do that triangle. So I'm gonna go all the way back here. And I'm gonna add one here. And see how by adding these 2 together, it just creates more of a focal point than if we just polka dot them. And we always want to do that at the end because that's what's going to give that garden feel to our flowers. All right, you guys, so let me clean real quick and I'll share with you the end result. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so this is the end result. I absolutely love this garden style bouquet on an urn, on a lantern. And like I said, the wilderness factor here is how high those flowers are flying out from the bouquet. It really is so beautiful, and I love the way this turned out. I really hope that you give it a try. Like I said, it's all about creating that triangle, and then also by clustering flowers together to create that garden style. I love the way this looks on this blue and white, and the garden style, which I match another one right here. This would be perfect on an entryway table, perhaps even on a kitchen island. I love the way they turned out, but what do you think? Wasn't this so easy to make, you guys? It is so much fun creating a beautiful lantern for inside your house or outside in your patio or porch. And now we're going to dig into the vault and I'm going to share with you a super cute, quick and easy lantern DIY for spring. Let's take a look. So the things we're going to need is, I'm gonna use 2 of the same picks with carrots. I'm gonna use 2 white flowers. I'm gonna use a little bit of moss, a little dollop of moss. I'm also gonna be using a stem with white florals, a bolt of ribbon, the same ribbon that we use on the wreath. I'm gonna use a cute little bunny that I attach a cute little butterfly on it, and a zip tie. It's going to be so easy, so let's get started. The very first thing I need to do is open my lantern, and what I wanna do is I wanna create a little nest of moss towards the bottom to cover some of that, and so it looks like our bunny is sitting in the grass. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in Sophia, making sure that her butterfly, I'll fix it in a second, but making sure that she sits on this grass, and also make sure that her butterfly shows on her little ear, because that's the whole point of it. So I'm gonna put it right there, and then I'm going to close my lantern, making sure that I secure it very well. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring all of my elements that I'm gonna be needing for my swag. And you guys have seen me do this before, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of this excess of stem because it's very long and it kinda is on the way. So basically what you have is this shorter stem, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to push some of it up so it hangs down on my lantern, as you guys can see. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab one of these carrot picks or bundles, and I'm gonna put one going up, and then I'm gonna put one going down, as you can see right here. Never letting go of your core. Remember, this is the core. And so now I'm gonna introduce the bigger flower going up, and then my smaller flower going down, and that's what's gonna give it the curvature. So you wanna make sure that you play with this, and so all of your elements show, but remember, we're gonna fluff it at the end because that's what we always do. And then I'm gonna grab one of these zip ties and I'm gonna zip tie all of this together. And this is how quick and easy it really is to make a statement for spring in your home, and also to let you know your DIYs do not have to be cheesy looking, but they can look cute and expensive without having to spend a whole bunch of money. So I'm gonna make sure that I tie this really tight like this, and I'm gonna cut the excess. So I'm gonna put it down because I wanna grab a bow that I have already pre-made using the exact same ribbon that we used earlier. And so basically just give it a fluff like this, and then I'm gonna open the wire that I used with to tie it, and then I'm gonna put that right here in the middle, and I'm gonna pull really tight like this, and I'm gonna spin it around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach with this wire, I'm gonna attach to my lantern right here. Making sure that I attach all of it, and then we're gonna give it a little fluff, because you usually have to first attach and then fluff. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying these spring DIYs, and I cannot wait to come back with a brand new batch. Remember, we're uploading brand new videos every Sunday in order to inspire you to create something beautiful. So I'm gonna spin it to me because I wanna see how is Sophia doing in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this longer tail and I'm gonna bring it up here, and I'm gonna give it a little swirl so it looks like it got attached, and then also it creates another loop right here. And then this shorter one, I'm going to go ahead and take it to the other side. So there's some ribbon going on each side of our lantern like this. And at this point, what you wanna do is you wanna go ahead and fluff your carrots to make sure that you see most of them. Let me see over on this side. Perfect, like this. And just like that, you have a beautiful, super easy spring DIY for anywhere in your home. What do you guys think? All right, well, that's all I have for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Once again, thank you guys so much for becoming a member and for the super thanks, because it really helps to continue to produce these videos for you all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the matching swag and then also the centerpiece and the tablescape. They're going to be linked down here and in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and as always, you can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.